Good afternoon. Today is Wednesday, February 8th, 2023. I hereby call the Elections and Campaign Finance Subcommittee to order. Madam Secretary, please take the roll.
Representative Burkhart. Here. Representative Doggett. Present. Representative Haynes. Here. Representative Miller. Representative Moon. Here. Chairman Crawford. Present. Chairman Rudd.
Here.
Chairman Rudd, you have a quorum.
Thank you. Thank you all for joining us today. My name is Chairman Tim Rudd. Joining us, each of you are individuals that are instrumental in this committee and helping us run this committee and everything we do here. I'd like to introduce them, if I may. My Secretary and Executive Assistant is Ms. Tricia Hegna. Our Legislative Attorney is Josh Houston to my left. Also, our intern is Co-Chair Ryan. Clerks is Will Stubberfield, and it's a pleasure to have our Sergeant-at-Arms, Thomas Woodard. And our research analyst, Ryan Baird. Thank you all for all you do and all that you help make this committee work. I asked members that we're starting here. We got a lot of new members this year. I'm asking all the members, starting with Chairman Moon, if you'd introduce yourself and tell us about your district or where you're from.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I am Jerome Moon. I'm District 8, which is the rural portion of Blount County. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm Esther Haynes. I represent Hamilton County, and I live in District 30, represent District 30. And I'd also like to say hello to my husband who's here today, Marty Haynes. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I am Representative Crawford. I represent the 1st District, God's Country, northeast tip of Tennessee, where Bristol, Kingsport, and Sullivan County. And consider it a great honor to be able to continue to serve on the elections and campaign finance. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Representative Burkhart.
District 75 in western Montgomery County, and I appreciate the opportunity to serve.
Mr. Doggett.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Clay Doggett, represent District 70. I reside in Giles County. I also represent portions of Lawrence County and newly redistricted portions of Lincoln County. It's a great honor to serve on this committee and with each and every one of you.
Thank you all. When Representative Miller arrives, we'll have him. Oh, you're
Thank
here.
you, Mr. Chairman. Apologize for running late. It's pretty crowded out there. Everybody seems to be in town today. Representative Larry Miller, representing District 88 in Memphis and Shelby County. I was elected in 1992. I think this is the first time I've served on this committee. Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you. Glad to have you. Today we have 2 bills on the calendar. We're going to take those up first, and then we will go over some rules of the committee and statement that I have to read. First up will be HJR 013 by Leader Lamberth. Motion. We have a motion and a second.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Please tell us about your bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I mean, jump the gun there. Just had a nice jog up from the Library and Archives visiting with my Leadership Sumner folks, so I had to catch my breath there. This is a very simple constitutional amendment. It takes the county elections that are currently held May-August, from May primary, August election, to August-November. A lot of our cities have gone that way already. We would need a constitutional amendment for this to occur, and that is what the bill does.
Any questions from the committee? Seeing none, are you prepared to vote? We're about to take the vote. All those in favor of HJR 13, say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Passes on to full local.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. I hope the next committee is half as kind to me as y'all been.
Next up is HB 0486 by Chairman Boyd, and he is at the podium. We have a motion and second. Please tell us about your bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Committee, it's great to be with you today. This is a relatively simple bill regarding political action committees. So political action committees at the state level have the exact same timing of reporting as a candidate's disclosures are to the Bureau of Campaign Finance. But if you give money to a local candidate from a PAC, creates a reporting requirement to the county that the donation is made in. And as we know, counties are very different. Some have internet access, some do not. It's difficult for people that want to learn anything about the PAC to go to the county to get that information. And so since we have such a good state website, once you file the report, anybody with internet access can learn everything they want to know about that PAC. What this bill would do would take away that requirement to report to local governments. And so that would, all PACs in the state of Tennessee would report to the Bureau of Campaign Finance, just like we do as candidates, and that's what the bill does, Mr. Chairman.
Representative Chairman Moon.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And with that reporting, and I did read the bill text, for the record, though, complaints and oversight would rest with the Bureau. Is that correct?
Yes, Chairman Boyd.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That is correct. So there would be no more complaints at the local level on this. This would all be directed to the Bureau of Campaign Finance.
Any additional questions from the committee? Also, before we vote, when I didn't know they'd come in, our esteemed Bill Young and Lance Frizzell from our Ethics and Campaign Finance. So thank you for being here. All right, seeing no further questions, so we're ready to vote. All those in favor of HB 0486 by Boyd, say yes. Yes. Opposed, nay. Passes on to full local.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Committee.
Now, the most exciting part of this committee that all of you are here for. I've got to read the rules of the committee. Let's see. Unless otherwise notified, we will be meeting here every Wednesday at 12 p.m. in House Room 2. I will now go over the rules of the subcommittee. Members wanting to place a bill on notice will do so via our online portal. Bill notices must be turned in by 3:30 p.m. each Wednesday in order to be heard of the following week's committee. Amendments must be submitted electronically to the House Local Government Government Committee, which is Chairman Crawford's office email address. Amendments must be signed by the sponsor of the amendment. Amendments must be filed by 10 a.m. on Tuesday before this subcommittee meets. No verbal or untimely filed amendments will be considered. Bills passed by the subcommittee will be automatically placed on the next available full calendar unless committee receives a written request from the sponsor to set another hearing date or by discretion from the chairman. Guest speakers need to be pre-approved by the chairman no later than 24 hours in advance. Speakers will be asked to complete a witness card stating they pledge to tell the truth. When there are several individuals on the list to speak on an issue, the chair may impose a limit for testimony and comments. If you are doing a presentation or presenting a bill, no props can be used. Caption bills must be approved by the Speaker's office before being heard in the committee. Also, if the bill opens up a substantial portion of Tennessee code, the sponsor must agree to send the bill back to committee if the bill passes and is amended on the floor of the House. Be respectful and follow proper decorum to all committee members, bill sponsors, members of the public, committee staff during the subcommittee meeting. Please turn off your cell phones and put them on silent while in the committee. Also, limit texting and internet browsing while hearing testimony before the committee. No live streaming or recording will be allowed by members. Documents, handouts, and PowerPoint presentations materials also will be required at least 24 hours notice to the chairman. Guests and members of the public will be allowed to live stream or record as long as it does not disturb the subcommittee meeting. To be consistent with other House committees, hard copies will no longer be distributed to our office. Committee calendars, e-packs, amendments packs will all be distributed to our office electronically via email each week rather than delivered by hand. I would also point out that all of these documents will also be available to you via your online member dashboard. If you would like a hard copy, please ask your assistant to print one for you. In accordance with House Rule 83, any bill or resolution may only be calendared 3 times. If that third calendar the bill is not reported out of committee, the bill will be placed on a special calendar by the chairman to be published on the final calendar. If at that juncture the bill is not reported out of the committee, then it shall be returned to the clerk's desk. Sponsors may request a roll call votes prior to any vote. 3 members may request a roll call vote, and the chairman can request a roll call vote at any time. That will conclude the explanation of our subcommittee rules. If any member has any questions, do not hesitate to reach out to my office for further assistance. In closing, I want to thank, before we close, do any members of this committee have announcements or personal orders? Well, seeing none, with that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. We have a motion to adjourn. So moved.